WKY.
This is KE8BHQ, Kilo Echo 8, Bravo Hotel, Quebec, and thank you for the radio check. Is this any better? I've been messing around with the mic for DMR, and when I'm using it on DMR, the mic about 6 inches away from my face, or it comes through a little messed up and a little loud, so I was trying that. So now I've got the mic a lot closer. Over. All right, yeah, I'll try to look into it. My setup's currently a handheld hooked into an amplifier coming all the way out of Strasbourg. Over. Thanks for that. I'm able to take this little 8-watt handheld, push up to about 50 watts, and I have a copper pipe J-pole sitting outside strung up onto an umbrella. Back to you. In my area, as long as I'm on VHF, I can normally hit most repeaters within a 20-mile range. This one up in Doylestown's a little hard for me to hit, but it's hit or miss sometimes, depending on what the clouds look like. I'm not able to get in. I like to just get on and get ready for the net every Sunday night. All right. Thanks once again for that. I don't want to tie up the repeater too long, because I'm sure KD8SLG is about to start with the pre-net. So I'll thank you once again and hopefully hear you here in about 30 minutes. This is KD8BHQ, and I'll be clear on your final.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
K8QWE, KDDPC, are you there, Mike?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. I'm just getting ready to go. I'm not sure if Andy is there to log yet or not. Over.
He's there. Go ahead and get the pre-show rolling, my friend. You're running behind. KDDPC.
Okay, this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. Let's see who we have. Nick at Night, are you there? KE8QKO. KE8QKO. Okay, it doesn't look like Nick is there. I know we have Mr. Swatch, KD8 EPC. Dustin, are you there, and are you going to be here tonight?
KQWE, I'm here for the moment. I don't know that I'll be here all night, but leave me on the list, and worst case, if you don't hear me, I'm not there. So there you go, KDDPC, back to pre-net control.
W8WKY.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll go ahead and clear with KD8 EPC, KD8 SLG, Nick at Night. No, you aren't Nick at Night. You are just Nick. Hello.
K8QWE, KD8 SLG. Hey there, Mike. I'm here, present and accounted for. If I sound a little weird, it's because I'm a little weird. I got a weird thing going on in my throat. I'm going to try to clear that before I speak next time. I haven't spoken a whole lot today. Line them up, man. Nick will be here. KD8 SLG, back to net control.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll go ahead and clear with KD8 SLG. AB8M Andy, I hear that you are there.
Yeah, I cut it right up to the wire, but I'm back home. Still got sand between my toes, but I'm here, ABNMO.
Okay, Andy, that sounds good. I think we have everybody present and accounted for. Okay, this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. If you'd like to get in on the Sunday night edition of the BeaconNet, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Hello, Mike. This is Phil, WV3K, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo in Canal Fulton. Good to hear your voice.
Whiskey Mother Alpha Indy Zoo, WV48. And that was usual.
Kilo Charlie 0 Lima Romeo Mike KC 0 LRM Kelly in Tulsa.
Kilo Echo 8 Bravo Hotel Quebec KE8 BHQ Benjamin coming out of Strasbourg.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a break and run down who we have now. Let's go with Phil. Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Phil, are you going to be here for the entire net? Over.
W8WKY. This is WV3K. Yes, Mike, I'm going to be sticking around with you guys and enjoy listening to the conversations. And anyway, have a blessed day, and I'm going to be on the side until it starts up on 10. So we'll talk real soon. WV3K on the side.
Okay, Phil, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. Okay, I'll go ahead and clear with Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Let's go to Whiskey Bravo 4 AIZ. Chuck in Florida. Hello.
To me. Nothing much, nothing here. Up for the net. And had some rain. Took out some today, right? Extremely hot down here. For the month. Saturday.
Okay, Chuck, are you going to be here for the entire net? It looks to me like you are in and out. Over.
No, sir, I'm not going to be here for the net. Before I in, out.
Okay, Chuck, that sounds good. Have a great night. Let's go ahead and we have Mosley here out in Tulsa, KC0 LRM. Hello.
Yeah, thanks for getting me in there. Yep, I plan on hanging around for the whole net for the big show. And we're still 90 degrees here in Tulsa. I hope you're a little cooler up there where you're at. And hope everybody on that this evening, and y'all all have a good one. And KC0 LRM clear.
Okay, Kelly, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. I'll go ahead and clear with KC0 LRM. Let's go to Strasbourg. Talk to Ben. KE8 BHQ. Hello, Ben.
KE8 BHQ. I will be sticking around for the net tonight. Back to you.
Okay, that sounds good, Ben. Welcome to our net. I'll go ahead and clear with KE8 BHQ. Let's go to Annapolis and talk to Eddie. Whiskey 3 ETB. Hello, Eddie.
Hi, Mike. Greetings from Annapolis, Maryland. So it's a quiet, calm night here. So just wanted to say that, I'll be here. I'll be sticking around for the net when I hear that trivia question. And so I'll be waiting for that. W3ETB, back to that.
Okay, Eddie, that sounds good. I'll go ahead and clear with Whiskey 3 ETB. Let's go to KG4 SCK. Mark in Kentucky. Hello.
Hey there, good evening, Mike. Yes, sir, I'll be sticking around for the big show. I struck out 3 times last week on all 3 nets I checked into. So, back with a vengeance. KG4 SCK.
Okay, Mark, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear with KG4 SCK. Let's go to Monroe Falls and Mike. Whiskey Bravo 8 CXO. Hello, Mike. Okay, Mike, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. I'll go ahead and clear with Whiskey Bravo 8CXO. Okay, we have Josh, who's our trivia master for tonight. KE8VKA. Hello, Josh.
Good evening, Mike. This is KE8VKA. Good to hear everybody. Looking forward to tonight. Hopefully I sound all right on the new setup here. And looking forward to it. I'll be here. KE8VKA, back to pre-net control.
Okay, Josh, you sound fine. It seems like everything's working great for you. I'll go ahead and clear with KE8VKA. Let's go ahead and talk to Lucy. KE8YUK. Hello, Lucy.
Mike, this is KE8VKA. She is upstairs taking care of the baby, and she'll try to be here for the whole net.
Okay, Josh, that sounds fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ID this thing and then open it up for some more check-ins. This Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey Kilo Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. If you'd like to get on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
W8
Ramp Delta 28.
Whiskey 1 Bravo Kilo Zulu Pete in Burton, Ohio. Okay, Whiskey 1 Bravo Kilo Zulu Pete. Hello. Hello. This is Mike. I think that's what it is. I'm a buddy of Andy's who is responsible right now for me being able to check into the net. Obviously, I'm coming in over the W8OKE repeater through Allstar. Anyway, just wanted to say hello. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be within that, but as long as I can stay awake, I'll be here. If I'm not awake, good luck waking me up. Back to net, W1BKZ. Okay, Pete, that sounds good. You know, the crazy thing is there's times I've been sitting here and my eyes just keep closing on me, but I always manage to wake myself up. In any event, we will give you a call. And if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. So I'll go ahead and clear with Whiskey 1 Bravo Kilo Zulu. Whiskey 1 Bravo Kilo Zulu. Okay, if you'd like to get on the Sunday night edition of the net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a quiet night, but we will keep on trying to see if we can get anybody else on our list. This is Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Whiskey Echo. If you'd like to get on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Oscar Yankee KE8 QOY Joe in Youngstown, Ohio.
Okay, Joe, KE8 QOY. Hello. Are you going to be here for the entire net?
Yes, sir. I'll stick around for the net tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Joe, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. I'll go ahead and clear with KE8QOY. Okay, if there's anybody else that would like to join us tonight, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Alpha Foxtrot 5, Julia Bravo, Matt, Tulsa, Oklahoma, short time.
Okay, AF5JB, hello, Matt, and how are you tonight?
Other than the heat and humidity, it's still 92 degrees on top of that. I don't know, man, did all right. Had a great weekend, got my chores done, my laundry done, yesterday, went out of town and saw a friend of mine up in Langley, Oklahoma. Another friend of mine, but he's out of town, but got to see one of them, and about everything pretty good up there. We got back in Tulsa about 2:30. About 2:30 this morning. But it's well worth the trip, and other than that, again, I'm doing all right, and I was all by to say hi to everyone, and hope everyone's doing well out there. Staying cool, and hydrated as well. Other than that, that's all I got. Good to hear everyone, and thank you so much for having me on, and up in 73, and have a good, safe work week as well. And this is the AF5JB, Matt, the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back to take control, and until next time. City 3, and thanks again. Good to hear you.
Okay, Matt, that sounds good. We'll just put you in as in and out. Thanks for saying hi, and I hope that you stay cool. And it has been too awful uncomfortable here. It usually gets in the low 80s during the day, and it gets cooler at night. So that makes it nice. But I know Tulsa's a little bit different than here in northeastern Ohio. So, okay, I'll go ahead and clear with AF5JB. Okay, if you'd like to get in on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
KCFQV. KCFQV.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Mike, KE8 YSM, Joe, North Canyon. Mark me in and out, please.
Net control, please recognize Kilo 2, X-ray India.
Okay, I'll go through who I have. I have KC8FQV. Hello, Mark. I know you're going to be here for the whole show. Over.
Yep, I'll do that. Yeah, I just like waiting long enough so I'm not right at the beginning when we do the trivia. But I do like to get in. So I've been pretty good today with getting on the net. So yeah, using DV switch. So I want to thank Jason for getting this thing straightened up. So I'll send it back to net. That NAEI. So back it comes. KCFQV.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, it seems like this is working good for you. You sound good. Everything seems to be working just fine. So I wouldn't change a thing. Okay, I'll go ahead and clear with KC8FQV, KE8YSM. Joe, we have you in and out. Over.
Yes, I have to be up at 3:30 in the morning, so I'm going to be listening as much as possible, but then I'll be in and out.
W8WKY.
Okay, Joe, that sounds good. Hey, have a great night and get yourself some sleep. I don't envy you for having to get up at 3:30, so I'll go ahead and clear with 8YSM. K2XI, we have David out in Arizona. Hello.
Well, good evening. And good evening to you and everybody else monitoring. Yeah, I'd like to check into the net. Thank you for recognizing me, sir. I'll stand by and see how this works. I don't believe I've been involved with this net before, so it's good to hear all the friendly voices, and we'll see how this pans out. And I'm actually in Arkansas is where I'm at. I'm about 35 miles south of Missouri, and probably about 10 miles as the crow flies from the Oklahoma-Arkansas line, headed east. Over to you, sir. Name's David.
Okay, that sounds good. Yes, I looked at this again and go, yes, this is Arkansas. This is not Arizona. So, in any event, hey, are you going to be here for the whole show and do trivia tonight?
Well, sir, I'd sure like to be. I know what it's like to listen to drive-by operators on amateur radio. I've done this for a decade or two, so I get that. So, yeah, I'll stick around. Sure will. But, now, I could be called away at any given time. I do have a life and family. But, sir, if things work out, yes, sir, I'll be here.
Okay, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. I'll go ahead and clear with K2XI. I still have some time left. If you'd like to get on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, if you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, this looks like we're running out of people. But I know there's some other nets that are going on, and when those are done, we always get a number of people that want to check in. So I'll go ahead and I will ID this thing. It'll keep the FCC from saying that I'm doing something bad. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8, Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. If you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Next control, here is Kilo 4 Charlie Uniform Papa, K4 CUP, handles Virgil, and I'm in Kentucky.
Okay, Virgil, K4 CUP. Are you going to be here for the entire net, or you're just going to be in and out?
Well, I've got a local net that starts in about 4 minutes. I may jump over there and check in with it real fast, but I'll be around. So you can keep me on the list, and just as soon as I get checked in and out over there, I'll be back. So keep me on the list, K4 CUP.
Okay, that sounds good. Hey, and if we miss you, you can always just go ahead and do a recheck, and we'll put you to the top of the list, and you are ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and clear with K4 CUP. Is there anybody else who would like to join us on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net? Please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Charlie Echo, Chris and Medina, and I'll be eavesdropping only tonight.
KD2HCE. Okay, Chris, that sounds good. We'll just put you on as in and out. So go ahead and have a great night. Over.
Roger, Roger. I have to print up QSL cards and fill them out. I'll call you during the week. I found a way to do things. It's interesting. With that, KD2HCE, back to that.
Okay, I'll go ahead and clear with KD2HCE. Is there anybody else that would like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net? Please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, it's getting to be about the end of my shift, but I still have time for a few more calls. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, and Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee Repeater. If you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net with trivia and a cast of characters that are somewhat legendary within the ham radio world, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Well, I must have done a pretty good job of getting people in. I don't have anyone else. Okay, I have time for just a couple more, then I'm going to go ahead and pass this on over to our Masters of Ceremonies tonight. If you'd like to join us, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, looks like I got everyone in, and it's getting to be the top of the hour, so I'd like to thank everybody. We had nice, orderly check-ins with no serious issues whatsoever. It sure makes mine and Andy's job a whole lot easier. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this passed over. So this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee Repeater to Kilo Echo 8 QKO. Nick at night. Hello.
Thank you, Mike. Fine business on the pre-show, as always. Good evening, and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, KEQKO. And I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Do Drop In, and various other repeaters, so we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now.
W8WKY.
All right, I know that W8WKY station likes to sneak in there now and again, but I don't think they had any emergency or priority traffic. So nothing else heard. Stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
November 4, Foxtrot Echo Zulu, N4FEZ, Robert, Oklahoma City.
All right, I got N4FEZ, Robert, checking in there from Oklahoma City. Thanks for getting with us, Robert. And we got you on that list. So, I think before we start taking any additional, or before we start going through our list of check-ins, we are going to go up to AB8MO, Andy, for our trivia question this evening. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, Andy doesn't have the trivia question. I got a text on that. Just a moment.
KEQKO, KEAPKA. I got trivia tonight, Nick.
So in trivia this evening, this is AB8MO, back to net.
Copy that, KEAPKA. Go ahead with your trivia, sir.
All right, KEAQKO. This is KEAVK. Good evening, everybody. All right, this is kind of a fun one. I've been looking forward to this one. In July of 1974, eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes' vessel, the Hughes Glomar Explorer, arrived in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to begin its supposed mission of mining manganese nodules from the ocean floor. What was the real mission of this vessel? A, to retrieve a sunken Russian submarine. B, retrieve a lost nuclear warhead. C, to retrieve data from a pod of tagged spy dolphins which were gathering data on a secret Russian submarine base. D, to meet a group of smugglers to obtain titanium to be used in the manufacturing of the SR-71 Blackbird. Or E, Colonel Cornwaldo Bean was attempting to dig to Bermuda. All right, I'll put that in the blue screen so that everybody can get it. I know it's a long one. All right. Back to you there, Nick. KEAVK, back to net.
All right, thank you, Josh. I'm going to use my executive privilege to wait on my answer for that until the end of the trivia, well, the end of the net, and throw my answer out there when I've pondered it a bit more. All right, so we're back up to the top of our list here. We have WV3K. Phil, how you doing tonight, Phil? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Hi, Nick. WV3K here. I actually just walked into the room. I've been working on fixing a flat screen TV, and I need to put it back together now that I've finished with most of it, and I just didn't hear the question because I was in the radio room. So I'm now back in the living room, and if you would please read the question for me. I'm so sorry to put you through this, but if you want me to give you an answer, I need to hear the question and the answers. Thank you, Nick. Back to you, WV3K.
Not a problem, sir. It's a long one, so I have a feeling it's going to get reread a few times throughout the evening. That's how some long questions tend to go. But we're going to go back up to KEA, VKA. Josh, can you reread that question again for us, sir?
Yes, sir. KEA, VKA, and the Beacon Net. In July of 1974, eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes' vessel, the Hughes-Gilmar Explorer, arrived in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to begin its supposed mission of mining manganese nodules from the ocean floor. What was the real mission of this vessel? A, to retrieve a sunken Russian sub. B, to retrieve a lost nuclear warhead. C, to retrieve data from a pod of tagged spy dolphins which were gathering data on a secret Russian submarine base. D, to meet a group of smugglers to obtain titanium to be used in the manufacturing of SR-71 Blackbirds. Or E, Colonel Cornwaldo Bean was attempting to dig to Bermuda. KEA, VKA, back to net control.
All right, WV3K, Phil, what do you think the answer is there? I've got a couple of ideas. Some of them I think are dated. I'm trying to figure out which ones are around 1974. But I'll pass it to you, Phil, see what you think.
Good, Christopher. And I don't have an iota idea, really putting much thought into it either. So I'm not together on this one. Gee whiz. Yeah, SR-71 Blackbird. I've been in that before up at NASA, and I don't know. I have no idea. They probably use platinum to make the plane a lot lighter. We get that from Russia, and why he was going underwater to pull material, I have no idea. I think it's just going to be another surprise for me because I really don't have an answer. So just to have fun, I'll say Charlie, and I'll leave it at that. Back to net control, and thank you very much.
Not a problem, Phil, but I'm going to warn you, I'm going to come back to you here in just another moment, because before I get back to you, we have another trivia question this evening, our infamous alternate trivia question on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, because KI5DAY Allen is joining us with our alternate question. So we're going to go to him, get that question read, and I'm going to come back to you for an answer for the alternate question. So KI5DAY, take it away, sir.
KI5DAY, hey, Nick at night, good to hear you, and yeah, can you copy me okay?
Yes, sir, you're coming in just fine.
Alrighty, hi Alan, hi Mark, I see them in the blue screen there. Yeah, I just got here, I haven't typed this in the blue screen yet, but I will be very shortly. I'll go ahead and read this, and then I will post it in the blue screen, of NetLogger for everybody's benefit. Hope everybody's doing good. Howdy from Oklahoma. Here's tonight's alternate trivia question. The technology for the first microwave oven was discovered accidentally in 1945 when a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer did what? He A, turned on a radar indoors and burnt down a small lab. B, he melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by a powered vacuum tubes. Or C, when he accidentally exposed lab rats to radioisotopes. Or D, when he broke into the Cornwaldo Bean Science Lab and stole the technology. Let me let this drop. And I'll read it one more time. It's a little bit long. So the technology for the first microwave oven was discovered accidentally in 1945 when a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer did what? He A, turned on a radar indoors and burnt down a small lab. B, melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by powered vacuum tubes. C, when he accidentally exposed lab rats to radioisotopes. Or D, when he broke into the Cornwall Bean Science Lab and stole the technology. KI5DAY, back to net.
W8WKY.
All right, Alan, thank you for another fine alternate question there. I've written down my answer on my little notepad here. I'm going to wait until I figure out the primary question before I toss it out there. But when I do, there's going to be a story associated to it. It's a story that my friends know, and I'm going to share the embarrassing story with the rest of that later on. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to go back up to WV3K Phil. What do you think the answer for the alternate question is there, Phil?
Well, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo back, and very good question. A lot of really great answers. I think the one with the candy bar just doesn't get it with me, but and passing by tubes. The thing is that during World War II, England developed the first working radar. Now, microwave, as far as being discovered, I really don't have any idea as far as when it was discovered, but I do know that the British and the United States was handed over to the United States to further develop the radar, and but that doesn't answer the question as far as microwaves, how it was discovered, so to speak. I'm going to leave that one up to the brainiac that brought this question up, and I will be looking forward to hearing the answer. So there you have it. So back to you, Nick, at night, and thank you for making me the first to have to labor on this question and the other one. Thank you very much. Back to net control, WV3K.
All right, Phil. Thank you. You sound for a pass there for the alternate question answer. So I'll say stick around because there's going to be a fun story as far as going. At least I think it's a fun story. You guys can decide for yourselves about my choice on the alternate question. And next we have, well, actually before I keep going down the list, I'm going to identify. This is KAQKO on the WWKY repeater, going through our list of check-ins on the Beacon Net. And next we had WB4AIZ Chuck, who was in and out, and we are down to KC0LRM. Go ahead and take it away.
Thanks for getting me in there on the net. Glad to hear everybody out there this evening. Got a lot going on here. My wife's out of town for the week, so I got to play just me and the dog. So I'm going to enjoy a nice, quiet week. As far as my answer, I think I'm going to go A on both of the questions. One of them I have an idea, maybe the other one I didn't have a clue. So I'm just going to go A on both of them. That's about all I got, and I'll let you get on down the list and get some more check-ins and some more answers.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. Good, I got you down there for Alpha and Alpha. Next, we go down to K8BHQ Ben. Go ahead and take it away.
K8BHQ. I'm doing pretty good this week. I just bought a nice truck, so next step's going to be hooking up a mobile rig in that in the next couple weeks. As for that, that's about all I've been doing and what I've been up to. As for trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo for the first question, and for the second, I will go Alpha. This is KE8 DHQ, and I'll give it back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down for Bravo and Alpha. Congratulations on the new truck. That's always a fun adventure, getting that thing set up the way you want it, getting all your radios installed and whatever else you have to install or purchase, and just have it ready for the work that you want to do. So congratulations. Next, we down to K5CFY Ray. How you doing tonight, Ray? And what traffic do you have for that this evening? K5CFY, K8QKO. Ray, are you out there, and do you have traffic for the BeaconNet? If not, I can put you on my call back to later list. All right, nothing heard there. I'm sure Ray had to step away, and he'll probably be back. So he's usually around for the whole net. So we'll get back to him a little bit later and get his comments and his trivia answers. And next, go down to W3ETB Eddie. How you doing tonight, Eddie? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
Hi there, Nick. Well, no real traffic tonight, other than just sticking around here to listen to the trivia questions. Some very good trivia and alternate trivia questions, I might add. So very interesting. As far as the main trivia question, not really sure. Actually, when there was a Russian sub that was lost, as far as what date it was, I think it happened actually on a Doctor Who show. They had one that was lost there. Some kind of weird alien creature had did something on the show. Anybody that watches Doctor Who would probably remember that episode. Anyhow, I'll go with A on the main one, and that has to do with the submarine, I think. And then on the other one, for Alan's trivia question, I don't know, A and C sounds pretty, A and B sounds pretty good, but I'll go with C, and the isotopes. So that's my answers for both of those. And y'all have a good evening. This is W3ETB, 73 Nick, 73 all, and have a great night.
All right, Eddie, thank you very much there. We got you down for Alpha and Charlie. Next, we go down to KG4 SCK Mark. How you doing tonight, Mark? And what traffic do you have for us this evening?
Hey, good evening, Nick, and everyone out there. Not a lot of traffic. Let's see, for the trivia, I'm going Abby normal. Abby being A and B. Alpha for the first one, I think we were looking for subs in 74. And Bravo, because I ate about a half a container of chocolate ice cream before the net, so go on with the chocolate bar. KG4SCK, back to net control.
All right, thank you there, Mark. Got you down for Alpha and Bravo, and hope you enjoyed that ice cream. Sounds like a nice, refreshing treat. Next, we go down to WB8CXO Mike. How you doing tonight, Mike? And what traffic do you have for that this evening? right, thank you, Mike. Got you down there for Alpha and Alpha. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to fall into my my plans for this week or maybe next week is some motherboard work. I have a MacBook that I'm hoping to maybe be able to repair, and I tried taking it for repairs, and they're like, nope, we can't do it because Apple only says that we can do replacement parts and run certain diagnostics. And I'm like thinking, well, there's got to be a way to fix it. So now I'm almost bent on trying to figure out a way. So I'll be tinkering with some of that stuff myself. And I'm down to K8VKA. And before I go to Josh, I'll let Josh know that Lucy is coming up next. So maybe if she's not around, give her a holler so she can get down to the radio after you. So K8VKA, Josh, go ahead and take it away, sir.
K8QKO, K8VKA. Good evening, everybody. She will be able to join us, actually. Yeah, I guess she's listening on Echolink upstairs. She's kind of tired, so she went up. Oh, here she is. We had a good day today. It was busy. Some friends had their first child. She's 3 weeks old. She got baptized today. Went to the party for that. Then went out to Cedar Point Water Park. First time I've been to the water park section there with Andy there, so that was a lot of fun. So with that, I'm gonna send it back. Oh yeah, Alan's trivia. That's a great question. I'm not sure actually. Oh, I'm gonna go with candy bar. I think it was the candy bar. And I'll refrain from answering my own trivia question. So, 7-3s, everybody. I'll talk to you later with the answer. KAVK, back to net.
All right, thank you, Josh. Got you down there for Bravo for your alternate question. And obviously, you already know the answer to the primary question, so we don't want to get that from you. And glad you had fun today with at the Cedar Point. Sounds like a good time. I did not go up there. I went hammock camping this weekend, which was, well, not hammock camping actually, because the plan was we set up our hammocks and then storms rolled in, and we ended up sleeping in a cabin, but it was pretty nasty, and so hammocks were in the plan, but out the window pretty quickly. So that's how my weekend went. I stayed dry though, which is also, well, mostly dry, which is also good. And next we're down to K8YUK. Lucy, go ahead and take it away.
Hello, everybody. This is KE8YUK. A little nauseous. I don't think I ate enough good food today. I had delicious food, but I touched a fruit or vegetable, and my body is not thrilled with me at the moment, so I'm probably going to be asleep after this if Betty lets me. But my answer to Josh's trivia is none of your beeswax, because I will spill the beans. But with that being said, I am biased by digging to Bermuda, so I'm going to go with D just for the sake of having a letter down. And this is from someone who, as a child, I'd say 6 or 7, was convinced that she could, in fact, dig to Australia. Why Australia? Not sure, but I was sure I would make it to Australia. And I hit a water main pipe. I chipped it, did not break it, but I did chip it, and decided that was enough for the day. I'm going to break for time real quick. So that is my answer for Josh trivia. For Alan's, I am torn. I'm going to go with C, simply because I have a memory, not sure if it's true or if I dreamt it, but I have a memory of my grandpa talking about one time when he was in school in the auditorium, and they had a visiting scientist show them this brand new radio wave technology, or this microwave technology, and they had just some way of just beaming it onto the audience to show them how it did something. I don't remember the whole story. But his final comment was, I wonder how many of those people have cancer now. And I was like, well, that's a good question. But he's still around, and he's amazing. So that is my 2 cents. Today was busy and good, as Josh said. And I have talked a lot, so I'm going to pass it back to Net. Everybody have a great night. God bless. And sleep well when you get there.
Thank you, Lucy. I'm glad you had fun. It's always good to be a little tired and maybe, I'll say I have a theory on vegetables. The old term of you are what you eat makes me think that the cows and chickens and meat that I eat are actually vegetables because they eat vegetables. So, follow my line of thinking. You can eat a nice cheesesteak all day long, and it can be equivalent to a salad. That may not be accurate. That's the way I look at things because I'm more of a meatitarian. But thanks for your comments there. We got you down for Charlie for the alternate question. And next we go down to W1BKZ. Pete, how you doing tonight, Pete? What traffic do you have for the net this evening?
BKZ here, in Burton, Ohio. Anyway, I'm still awake, so I had told the pre-net net control that I may not be awake to answer the questions, but I've got an answer. I think the microwave one, I believe, I need a piece of information first. I believe it was the candy bar, but was it Hershey's milk chocolate or was it Hershey's dark special? I need to know that before I really commit myself to that answer. Well, I'm committing myself to it. I think that's the one. And for the main question, Charlie, I believe. So, with that, back to net, and I'll see you all on a barometer net in the morning.
All right, Pete, got down there for Bravo and Charlie. Thanks for your answers there. And next we had K8QOY, who was in and out, but also came in the blue screen with his answers for the trivia, which were Alpha and Alpha. And next we go down to AF5JB. Matt, how you doing tonight, Matt? What traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Yeah, sorry, Nick. He's in and out. I didn't mark him as such, but he is in and out. AB8MO.
All right. Thank you, Andy. And next we go down to KC8FQV. Mark. How you doing tonight, Mark? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
All right, KC8FQV. Well, I think that tube, he walked around by that tube, I think, is what happened. And we'll try that. Or else it was, he burned his lab down, but I think it was the tube. A pretty decent day today. I think I had a good sleep last night, so I think that might have been why it was a decent day, even though I didn't accomplish a lot. But things were going good here. So that's the only thing I got. Can't believe it, getting the end of summer. But yeah, I gotta go up to Sandusky. Up Sandusky. Gotta go up to that place. And we'll maybe do that this week sometime. Plus we gotta find some software and do an HT or whatever. Or I bought one HT, but it's done in German or French and whatever, and I tried to start in it. I got the HT online, and I got remember what it's called, TMU. Well, I got it from Temu, that website, TEMU. It was only $49. So, but I have to figure out how to get into the one. Well, I sort of been in the menus, but I haven't gotten to where I could program or gotten the way to get to where I want to program it. I mean, I've seen some of the menu stuff and that, but it's just not trip. I'm just not getting it. But eventually we will. Yeah, some of them, sort of the same menu as the bolt things that I have. So someday it'll happen. So let's send it back to that case. But Yeah, our world is small when you look at a map. You think it's so far apart, but then you look at a map, it comes together. So I'm going to send it back to net, KSFQV.
All right, Mark, did we get your answers for the trivia question there? Could you repeat them for us if we did?
Yeah, the microwave one, I would say the tube. The other one I didn't know. I won't worry about that one. We'll find out at the end, or when I go into the blue screen. But other than that, I'll send it back there. But the tube on the one. Okay, self-QV.
All right, we got you down for a pass on the primary question and bravo for the alternate question. And yeah, if you read the blue screen, you should be able to see the primary question again. If you want to let us know what that is, you can either recheck or let us know in the blue screen and we can update that. So thanks for getting with Sir Mark. And next we had K8YSM Joe, who was in and out. And we are down to K2XI David. What traffic do you have from that this evening, David? Kilo 2, X-Ray India, Kilo Echo Quebec, Kilo Oscar. David, this is the BeaconNet, and you're checked in. If you have traffic for us, please call now.
Did I miss the net? KC5 RBG.
K2XI.
KQ4IZD checking in and out from Palm Harbor, Florida.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. Just a moment. This is KXQ on the WWK repeater for the BeaconNet. I had some folks trying to check in while I was trying to reach a call station. So I'm going to run through some stuff here. I'm going to get you all checked in. I'm going to probably skip over the call station I was calling, so I don't think he was able to get into it. So I'm going to double check that, and we'll go from there. All right. So we had KC5 Real Big Gun Shannon trying to check into the BeaconNet. We had KQ4 IVD checking into the BeaconNet, and I think there might have been somebody keying up in there. So if there's another station that tried to key up, please come back with your call sign.
Kilo Foxtrot 5 Alpha Delta Echo Narita Japan Portable. Over.
Mike, Rochester, New York. That was not me. Side note.
Kilo Foxtrot 5 Alpha Delta Echo Portable. Over.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. We had KC3QND. Well, no, that's not right. That's in the blue screen. We have FedEx Mike in there. I'll get your call sign written down there. Sorry, my brain's not working right, but we got you in there. And we had KF5 ADE checking in from Japan, I think. So KF5 ADE, can you come back with your name, please?
this is correct. I've got an earpiece in my head. It is really noisy out here in the parking, or not, the driveway area of Narita Airport here in Japan. So I'm going to just kind of shoot this off. KF5ABE, Nick and Sandy, KG5SYC, reporting in for the net. We probably won't do the trivia question because we'll let you guys get back to it, but we just wanted to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody there in Ohio. KF5ABE, back to net control.
All right, Nick, we got you in there. Sorry, for some reason I didn't get your name written down correctly. But we got you in there. You're checked in and out. And we had KC3QND, I believe, Miss Jeannie checking in there. We got her in there. You know what, Mike, can you come back with your call sign one more time, please?
If you wanted FedEx, Mike, it's Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, Foxtrot Charlie. Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, Foxtrot Charlie. KC3, QFC.
Thank you, Mike. I don't know why my brain did not work, and I could not remember your call sign. It was broken up with some pile up there, and I should have known it. I couldn't think of it, and I appreciate you coming back with it. So, we're first, actually, before we go any further, we're going to go up to KC3QFC, FedEx Mike, who I know or believe is currently mobile. So, Mike, go ahead and take it over with your traffic.
Charlie 3, Quebec, Foxtrot Charlie. Let's see, trivia, I did not hear the question, so I know I briefly heard it. There was two of them, so we will go with Charlie and Bravo, just for the good old Channel 19 CB radio. Come on. This weekend has been fun. Worked on the car since I got it back up here in Rochester. What was supposed to be a 3-hour job turned into basically a 10-hour job. I thought I had bad hubs, but I didn't realize I had a whole list more wrong with the vehicle than what I did. And we'll say thank God that we actually made it from Titusville to from Titusville to Rochester, rather. And we didn't have a brake fire because driver's side caliper was seized up, and yeah, that explains why the wheel hub was, well, not the wheel hub, but the actual rim was getting warm. So glad I found that. It only cost me $1,000 to fix everything so far. Still got to do the rear of the vehicle, and then get it transferred into New York, and we'll become a New Yorker. Other than that, just literally knocking the first 15 miles of the work week, and hopefully everybody else's weekend was quite well. It's been a little bit since I checked in, so we figured we'd wave a hand and see who all was around. So with that, we'll send it back to net control from Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, Foxtrot Charlie.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I had something similar happen many years ago. I was driving up I-270 out of D.C. into Maryland, hit the brakes. One of the wheels locked up on me, pulled my pickup truck across the lanes. Thankfully, there was nobody in the lane that it pulled me into, so I didn't hit anybody, and then ended up driving all the way to Ohio with, I just decided not to use my brakes the rest of the trip and just downshifted to stop, which was a very fun adventure from mid-Maryland all the way up into Akron, Ohio. But we're glad you made it. We're glad you made it up to Rochester all right, and good luck in getting that thing passed. Or I don't want to say good luck, but good luck getting all the quirks worked out as you get it past the inspection up there. But I appreciate you getting in there, and you know what we're going to do. We've had a number of check-ins, we've had a number of comments, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to get our trivia question read from us. And here's how I'd like to do it. KA Josh, I'm going to ask you to read your question, and then I'm going to ask you to pass it off to KI5DAY Allen to read his question. So we'll get those two in a row read for us. So K8VKA, if you could read the question and then pass it to KI5DAY to get the alternate question read, I would appreciate it. This is K8QKO. Take it away, sir.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, break.
W8WKY, repeater PL114.8.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Go ahead and take it away, Phil.
Yeah, well, I'm here putting this TV back together, finally. I just wanted to say on the one question talking about Pearson, just like to say I think I'm going to go with the emissions towards near-field emissions with microwave that clocked out a candy bar. Whatever question answer, whatever answer that was. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share back with you. And I'm going to continue finishing my work here and closing this thing up and see if it works. Back to net controls. Thank you for letting me come back. I'm sorry about the quick insertion here. WV3K, back to net control.
All right, copy that, sir. We will change your alternate question to Bravo for the candy bar. Appreciate you getting back to us there, and we will go up to K8VKA to read the primary question, where he can pass it off to KF5DAY to read the alternate question.
K8QKO, K8VK. Let's keep quick keys. Sorry about that. All right, in July of 1974, eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes' vessel, the Hughes Glomar Explorer, arrived in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to begin a supposed mission of mining manganese nodules from the ocean floor. What was the real mission of the vessel? A, to retrieve a sunken Russian submarine. B, to retrieve a lost nuclear warhead. C, to retrieve data from a pod of tagged spy dolphins, which were gathering data on a secret Russian submarine base. D, to meet a group of smugglers to obtain titanium to be used in making the SR-71 Blackbird. Or E, Colonel Cornwallis Bean was attempting to dig to Bermuda. All right, that's the primary. We'll pass it over to KI5DAY for the alternate. Take it away, Alan.
Thank you, KI5DAY returning, and yeah, what was I going to do? Read this alternate trivia question. Sorry, I was multitasking. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, the technology for the microwave oven was discovered accidentally in about 1945 when a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer did what? He A, turned on a radar indoors and burnt down a lab. B, he melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by powered vacuum tubes. C, when he accidentally exposed lab rats to radioisotopes. Or D, when he broke into the Cornwallis Bean Science Lab and stole the technology. KI5DAY, back to that.
All right, K8QKO here in the WWQR repeater, going through check-ins for the BeaconNet, and we are going to go back to KC3QFC FedEx Mike and see if he would like to answer the questions or change his answers. Mike, go ahead and take it away.
KC3QFC. Yeah, this is a primary for the, if I'm not mistaken, I'm probably completely wrong, I probably should keep my answer, but we'll say that he was going up there for the nuclear missile or bomb or whatever it may be. It's nuclear option. Sounds dangerous. Ugh. It really does sound dangerous. But yeah, we're going to go with the nuclear option. As far as the other one, we'll stay with Bravo. So there's that. And I understand you're paying driving from Maryland to Ohio without any brakes. Good luck on that one. All them hills. KC3, QFC, back to net control.
All right, Mike. Thank you very much. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, honestly, because I had a an older 5-speed transmission back then, so it kind of made it a little bit more manageable. Just had to make sure you had plenty of room to brake between the cars in front of you or slow down. Just make sure kept a lot of a clear distance in front of me when I was making that trip, and it was nighttime-ish, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it was fun. Got it all fixed up when I came home, but that's the way it is. So brakes are what they are, and we appreciate you getting in with us there, Mike. Enjoy your travels. Keep the rubber side down, and don't be a stranger. Come back anytime. Okay, we are at that point now where I'm going to go back up through a couple of missed check-ins here. First, I'm going to try KC5 CFY Ray, see if he's out there, and see if he has any traffic for the net. Ray, are you out there? All right, nothing heard. Perhaps he had to step away. Maybe he can recheck with us later. And we're going to go back down to K2XI. David. David, are you out there? And do you have traffic for the net this evening?
If you're looking for check-ins, this is K7GTY.
I think you missed a couple too. When that Japan station came in, there was a few before that one. KC5 RBG.
Roger, Shannon, I got you in there. We had you, we had KQ4 IBD, we had KC3QFC FedEx Mike, we had KF5 ADE Nickelodeon, and we had KC5 SYC Sandy, and then we also just got a check-in from K7 GTY. Grant, you're down at the bottom of the list. We'll get to you here in a little bit. We're still going through our check-ins for the Beaconnet. This is KAQKO on the WWKR repeater. Going through our list of check-ins for the Beaconnet, we heard nothing from K2XI, so we're going to, maybe he can recheck if he wants to get back in with us. And we're going to go down to K4 CUP Virgil. Virgil, what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Good evening. Thanks for taking my check-in, and just playing around here this evening, downloading MMS TV, just in case if you all throw some slow scan out there tonight. So, and me and Alan, we've been chatting in the blue box, sir, and our heart goes out to the people in Maui over in Hawaii there, you know, that's just about lost the entire island, you know, with total devastation. And been watching a lot of baseball today, and of course I am 1,001% baseball fan. All the other sports are just sports in my book, but I love baseball. And I have one of the biggest, I've been collecting baseball cards for almost now 45 years. So I've got 45 years of baseball card collecting under my belt. I'm 54, so go figure. I love baseball. And let me see, as far as, let me take a break.
KC8FQV, your box is open, KD8SLG.
So whether it's a musty smell, mold, or an extreme crack in your foundation, go Ohio State Waterproofing today. They're extremely good. 45 years of helping people. What could be better than that? That's just big things business for Bear Card. It's made for people like Sam who make everyday products designed smarter.
All right, Virgil. Sorry about the interruption. You took a break for time, so if you tried to transmit over top of the QRM, can you retransmit for us?
For the first one, and bravo for the second alternate question there. So, and hopefully I got through. But it's raining here in Kentucky right now, so if we can say, let it rain on America, because I know we need it. Back to net control, K4CUP.
All right, K4CUP, KAQKO. All right, I know you took a break for time. Then we had some QRM in there that I think stepped over you or whatever, and I think I tried to come back to you and say, hey, the QRM is clear, so you can come back, and I think I might have stepped over you a little bit. So, if you can come back with that second part of your transmission again, I would appreciate it, and I will pass it back to you, Virgil, KAQKO.
Okay, I know I unkeyed there was somebody had the TV playing in the background, but not a problem. It happens to every one of us. But my answer to the questions are Alpha for the first one and Bravo for the second one. So AB, Alpha, Bravo are my answers to my questions, and I hope you got that I am 1,001% baseball fan there. So I love baseball. Nothing better than sitting and watching baseball. So back to you, net control, K4CUP.
All right, Virgil. Got you on for Alpha and Bravo. Yeah, I did get the impression that you might maybe be a baseball fan there. But we appreciate you getting in there. So, and sometimes that sort of box happens to some of us. Sometimes it happens a lot more to some of us than it should. And let's leave it there for now, I suppose. And next go down to KD2HCE, who is in and out, and W3LHD Dan, who is in and out. And we are down to N4FEZ Robert. How you doing tonight, Robert? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
N4FEZ. Good evening to everyone on the net. Just thought I'd stop in and see what's going on. Had a good weekend. Went to a farmer's market and went to church today and just visited with some friends. And just gonna sit here and watch a movie. Get ready for the work week. Sure it's gonna be another hot week here in Oklahoma City, so got about had enough of that, but I guess fall's coming. And but had a good weekend overall. Got to see some folks, and that's always good. That's about it. So hope everyone has a good week, and we'll talk to y'all later. N4FEZ.
All right, thank you, Robert. Did we get your answer for the trivia question, by the way? Or trivia questions?
I just got in here. What is the trivia question?
All right, sir. Well, we'll reread those for you. Let's go up to KEA-VKA Josh, who can read the question, and then pass it off to KI5DAY Allen, who will read the alternate question. Josh, take it away.
All right, let some things reset. This is KE8VKA. All right, here we go. In July of 1974, eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes' vessel, the Hughes Glomar Explorer, arrived in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to begin its supposed mission of mining manganese nodules from the ocean floor. What was the real mission of the vessel? A. Retrieve a sunken Russian submarine. B. Retrieve a lost nuclear warhead. C, to retrieve data from a pod of tagged spy dolphins, which were gathering data on a secret Russian submarine base. D, to meet a group of smugglers to obtain titanium to be used in the manufacturing of SR-71 Blackbirds. Or E, Colonel Cornwall Bean was attempting to dig to Bermuda. KE8VKA, sending it over to KI5DAY, Alan, for the alternate trivia.
Thanks, Josh. KI5DAY returning to read the question again. You always got to love it when people don't catch the questions. We usually get to read these about 4 or 5 times, it seems like. But anyways, here's the alternate. The technology for the microwave oven was discovered accidentally in 1945 when a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer did what? He A, turned on a radar indoors and burnt down a lab. B, he melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by powered vacuum tubes. C, he accidentally exposed lab rats to radioisotopes. Or D, he broke into the Cornwall Bean Science Lab and stole the technology. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
KE8QKO. Thank you, gentlemen. We will go down to N4FEZ Robert to get his answers for the trivia question. Robert, take it away.
N4FEZ for the Howard Hughes question, I'll go with A, and for the microwave question, I'll go with B.
All right, thank you, Robert. Got you down for Alpha and Bravo. And next we go down to KI5DAY, our alternate master of trivia this evening. Alan, take it away, sir.
Hey, my goodness, I just talked and now it's my turn to talk. Okay, that's kind of strange. Well, it's been a good day, a good weekend. Celebrated my big brother's 60th birthday party yesterday. That was kind of cool. My niece and I conspired all week to get everything set up, and it was very successful. And he was pretty shocked and moved by that, so that was a lot of fun. Got up and went to church this morning, and then came home and tried to be a little bit productive, ate some lunch, and did a few more things, watched a little TV. I actually took a nap. I hadn't had much sleep in the last 2 days, and I rarely ever take a nap, so I did today. That was nice. And then I proceeded to go take a shower. Right before I took a shower, I decided to do a good old-fashioned style hillbilly breakdown redneck toe stopping. And I stopped my toe into a jam on the shower surround part, the wooden part that separates the shower from the wall. Yeah, it was awesome, man. I'm going to go back and do it again just to make sure it really did hurt that bad. It hurt like the dickens. Let me let this drop. So hopefully, I've been wearing my house shoes tonight with socks in hopes that I won't smash it again or like dink it up against something again. Even lightly, it's going to hurt because it is sore, that's for sure. So we'll have to find out if I broke it or not. I'm hoping I didn't. I don't know, but it's pretty sore. But anyways, it'll make for a fun time at work, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to that with Great Envy tomorrow. With that, I'll shoot it back to you there, Nick. Running a great net. I enjoyed the Beacon net. It's a lot of fun for us Okies to come up here and invade Ohio territory. So you have a good night. KI5DAY. Back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Alan. Got you down for Alpha there. Sorry to hear about your toe. Hopefully it works out okay. If you need somebody to help amputate it, let me know. I got a couple of pocket knives floating around. We can make short work of that. But if not, let it heal. It's your choice. And well, next we go down to K5 NCP Tom. How you doing tonight, Tom? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 5, November Charlie Papa. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar with the Beacon Net. Tom, do you have traffic for the Beacon Net this evening? All right, hearing nothing from Tom there, I'm going to go ahead and put him on my call later list. This is KEAQKO, the WWKR repeater, running through check-ins for the Beacon Net, and we are down to KI5, TAQ, Taco Tim. Tim, what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Oh, good evening, everybody. This is KI5TAQ. Yeah, Alan and I just got up, was off the American Airlines Amateur Radio Club net and came over here. And yes, in some ways I'd have to sympathize with Alan and his stubbed toe. Ouch. Well, the only thing is, with him, I might be a little closer to him come maybe September or October, meaning the group of people that I'm with is going to be hanging around the hangar between hangars 3 and 4. So, Alan, here I come. Anyways, for the trivia question, and how can you guys plan it very good on this? Because it makes me think, and it makes me laugh, and it makes me wonder. The first one, I was going to be facetious on both of them. The first one, I possibly would say B, and the second one, B. So if I was really facetious, I'd go with E and D. That would be my thing. Anyways, you all enjoy yourselves. I'll listen for the answers. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, Tim, got you down for E and D. And I'll tell you what, if you get into a territory dispute with Alan, make sure you set up a camera because we all want to watch it and see what ensues. But thanks for getting back clear, Tim. And next we go down to KC5. Real Big Guns, Shannon. What traffic do you have for us this evening, Shannon?
Hello there, Naked Night, KC5, RBG. And been a good weekend. We've had Kenyon, and we've been having lots of fun. Mainly just playing a bunch of games. Matter of fact, he's in the middle of Fortnite right now. And he's been playing all sorts of games today. But just goofing off, having a good time. Enjoying our day together. Weekend together, I should say. I actually get to keep him tonight. His Mima will get him from me tomorrow. He has football practice tomorrow evening, so she'll get him before that, and he'll have fun with that. He's been having a lot of fun with his football practice. It started last week, so other than that, tonight I checked into our local Fusion net, our Club Fusion net, and it was kind of funny because, you know, knowing me, I got to be different. I checked in on DMR. It's been quite a while since I had my DMR going, and I got my hotspot going, and it's working pretty good. I was able to connect, and I guess someone said I sounded good on it, so I can't imagine me ever sounding good, but anyway, that's the way it goes. Hope everyone's had a great weekend and has a great week coming up. Is this Kilo? Oh, my answers for the trivia question. Let me just reset. KC5, RBG returning. For my question there. Gosh, I've heard the question twice now. And I'm going to say, probably the great state of Oklahoma. And the second question is going to be the great state of Oklahoman corn Waldo beans. There you go. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless the 73. Back to net control.
All right, Shannon. Well, that's a new one for me. I'm not sure what to do with that. We appreciate you getting in there. Glad you had time with the grandson. It's the great state of Oklahoma and corn Waldo beans. That's a stretch, my good man. That's a stretch. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that, but we'll make it work. And we got you there. Appreciate you checking in with us, and it's always good to hear you out there. And we had a few in and outs, and we had KQ4IBD. Christopher, who was in and out. We had KF5ADE, KG5SYC, Nick and Sandy in and out. Then we had K5YDD Allen in and out. Not our favorite Allen, just the Cave City Allen. And we are down to K7GTY Grant. How you doing tonight, Grant? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Thanks for taking my call. Well, I worked today. I've got a new FTDX10 Yaesu, and I've been trying each day incrementally to learn a little bit more about it. So I worked on notch or one of the filters or whatever. I go for one thing at a time, trying to understand this thing a little bit more. It's a lot of fun. I have a Acer 23-inch monitor over the top of it, so it's a beautiful sort of setup. And I have several other radios here. I'm up in Park City, Utah. As to your trivia, the first one is the Russian sub. The CIA ran that operation, I believe. I remember it. And they tried to pull that sub off the bottom. I think they broke the sub in half, as a matter of fact, is what they actually did. And as the second one, I don't know. I'll go with chocolate in the chocolate in the pants. He could have burned the lab down too, but I'll go with the chocolate part of that. Thanks for allowing me into your net tonight. This is Granty, K7GTY up here in Park City, Utah.
All right, I said Alan. I'm sorry. All right, Grant. Appreciate you getting in there with us. We got now for Alpha and Bravo. Then we had KE3MTT, who was in and out, I think, because of digital modes he was not able to access. We are back at the bottom of the list here. This is K8QK with a WWKY repeater. And we've had quite a bit of check-ins coming in here throughout the list of check-ins and train wrecks and all that sort of thing. So before I go up to the net control team, I'm going to open it up for one more list of check-ins and roundtable comments. So anyone who would like to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Papa Yankee, 88 YPY, Henry in Kent, Ohio.
VK2DY to Kilo 2 Delta Yankee, Robert in Sydney.
W8WKY.
VK3HJQ, John in Australia. I'll just be in and out. Good afternoon.
All right, this is K8QK with a WWKY repeater, and I'm going to say that I do appreciate my net logger. We had K8YPY, Henry, who was checking in there from Kent. Then we had KDA-QOL Keith, who checked in and out. I did not pick up Keith at all, but my netlogger did, which is why I say that I appreciate him. Then we have VK2DY Robert, and we had VK3 HJQ John. All right, so we're going to go up our list here. We're going to go up to KE8YPY Henry and see what traffic he has for the net this evening.
YPY. Hi guys. Just was playing some Mario Kart and came up to go to bed and I heard you guys on the radio. So I heard this was the last call for check-ins and I thought I would jump in. So for the trivia, I'll go with B and C. Bravo and Bravo. I'm just kind of guessing. I don't really know what they are. But, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to get to bed. But this is KTU-YPY. Over to you. Thanks for the net.
All right. Thank you, Henry. Got you down there for Bravo and Bravo. Next, we had KD8QOL Keith, who was in and out. And we are down to VK2DY Robert. How you doing tonight, Robert? How's the weather down there in Sydney, Australia?
Good afternoon. This is Robert, VK2DY in northwestern Sydney. 60 degrees Fahrenheit, raining on and off, which is good because we haven't had much rain at all this winter. We got about 2 inches yesterday, and a bit more coming this afternoon, so that's good. The big exciting thing down here is the Women's World Cup soccer. Everybody's excited about the Matildas, the Australian national team. They play on Wednesday. They play England, which is the favorite. So hopefully they win, but at any rate, they've done very, very well this year, and they've advanced the game and women's sports a lot here in Australia. As far as the questions go, I'm going to, I don't remember the letters, but I remember the first one was a submarine that they were looking for, Soviet submarine, and the second one was melting a candy bar. So whatever letters those are, I'll take those. VK2DY.
All right, thank you, Robert. Those answers were Alpha and Bravo, and thank you for reminding me. I did see that Australia beat France, the women's team beat France in the World Cup, and that made me think earlier this weekend I need to pester my boss about that because he's from France, and yeah, as we call it soccer and you call it football, it's still fun and games to kind of poke at him now and again if I have the opportunity, so I have to remember to do that tomorrow at work, and I appreciate you reminding me. Next, we go down to VK3, HJQ John. How you doing tonight, John? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Yeah, good afternoon from down under. I was just going to be in and out, so whatever Robert said for the answers, what was it? AB, submarine and some candy bar or something or other. Anyway, yeah, warm day. It's 24 degrees outside here where I am. It's absolutely beautiful day. And, yeah, the Tildas will win 2-0 on Wednesday. Got me bed in, put the house on it. My wife said, "No, you won't." Well, we could win 2 houses. The HJQ back to that.
All right, John. Thank you, sir. We got you down there for Alpha and Bravo, just like Robert. And, yeah, it sounds like you guys have some much better weather in the wintertime down there than we have up here. That's always appreciated. And as far as rain goes, I know Robert said they needed the rain this winter, but I know where we're at, I'm getting way more rain than I want to. I think I've spent almost every weekend away from home in the last couple of months, and nearly every weekend it's come down in torrential downpours. I'm ready for this rain to stop and hopefully not turn into snow in the wintertime, because if it snows like it rains, we're going to be in for one heck of a winter. But we appreciate you getting in there, sir. And now I've gone down through this list, and we're going to go back up to our net control team and start with KE8QWE, our master of pre-show this evening. Mike, take it away.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, everybody. First of all, trivia. Let's just get this out of the way. A and B. My choices are A and B. So, well, what have I been up to? Yesterday, I went up to Romulus, Michigan, to the Wolverine Single Sideband Net summer picnic. That was a great time. I ran up to Ann Arbor, went to a music store, and I'm like an alcoholic going into a liquor store. I can't leave without dragging something home. So I found an amp that was incredibly dirty and scuzzy, so I haggled with them a little bit and got the price down to where I thought it was a pretty good deal. So I brought home that. I stopped in Ypsilanti to see a good friend of mine and talked to him for a little bit and then fought the traffic home. You know, every time I've ever been to Ann Arbor, I'm telling you, it's the worst place I've ever drove. No. You would think a small area like that would not be so bad, but it is. There's more crazy drivers in Ann Arbor, Michigan than anywhere else. And so see, today my wife and I, we went to church, came home, had some lunch. I took a really dirty and cruddy amp and tore it apart. Fortunately, the tubes are good. A set of tubes for just the output tubes alone for that thing now are going for $150. So I really didn't want to have to put in those, and fortunately, they are fine. So, worked on that, did the Wolverine single sideband net. I took a nap, went for a couple walks. Here I am. So, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great night. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8 QKO. See you later, everybody.
All right, thank you, Mike. Got you down there for Alpha and Bravo. I've been to Ann Arbor, and I don't know if I've really driven a lot there. I've been around the area. When I was in the military, stationed in D.C., we'll get to that in a minute, my mom and dad moved to just outside of Ann Arbor. I forget the name of it. It was some small town. It was actually near the Michigan Speedway. And so my dad worked in Ann Arbor, and I had been up there a few times over the years. And it didn't feel that bad to me, but when you talk about worst drivers, I did live in D.C. for 4 years, and that was freaking miserable. Those people can't drive. It's nonsense. You just you drive your car and hope you don't hit something. That's really what life's all about there. If you hit something, you hit something. If you don't, you're lucky. And that's how life was when I lived there. So you talk about worst drivers. I don't know, man. I got to say, the D.C. Beltway is pretty sketchy. And next we're down to KD8 EPC, or Sasquatch or Medina, Dustin. Go ahead and take it away, sir.
KD8 QKO in the Beacon Net. This is KD8 EPC. I missed the trivia, so I'm going to go with the great state of Ohio. Been kind of busy doing other things. Just heard you call my name and managed to get over here in time. So, don't have much for you. Just wanted to say hello and give you a number. KD8 EPC, back to net control.
All right, Dustin. Appreciate you there. And you know what we're going to do? Because we have 2 trivia questions, not just one. So you can't answer one question. You have to answer 2. We're going to go up to KAVKA. Josh, we're going to have him read that question for us again. And then he's going to pass it off to KF5DAY. I'll have him read the question again, and we'll see if you want to change your answer. So, Josh, take it away.
W8WKY.
K8QKO, K8BKA. All right, tonight's trivia question is, in July 1974, the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes' vessel, the Hughes Glomar Explorer, arrived in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to begin its supposed mission of mining manganese nodules from the ocean floor. What was its real mission? A, retrieve a sunken Russian submarine. B, retrieve a lost nuclear warhead. C, to retrieve data from a pod of tagged spy dolphins, which was gathering data on a secret Russian submarine base. D, to meet a group of smugglers to obtain titanium to be used in building SR-71 Blackbirds. Or E, Colonel Cornwaldo Bean was attempting to dig to Bermuda. This is KE8VK. Going to pass it over to KI5DAY. KY for the alternate trivia.
KI5DAY, sorry for the delay. I'm on Allstar. My radio decided to ID right as you sent it to me. So yeah, this is tonight's alternate trivia question, and it is, the technology for the microwave oven was discovered accidentally in 1945 when a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer did what? He A, turned on a radar indoors and burnt down a lab. B, melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by powered vacuum tubes. When he accidentally, and C was, he accidentally exposed lab rats to radioisotopes. Or D, he broke into the Cornwaldo Bean Science Lab and stole the technology. KI5DAY.
KDA EPC, KA2KO. How do you feel about your question now, Dustin?
Well, I have no idea, Nick, so I'm going to maintain my answer there. KD8EPC, back to net control.
All right, copy that, sir. Got you down for the great state of Ohio. Let's go ahead and hear from KD8SLG with some maybe Cornwaldo-ish trivia. Just Nick, go ahead and take it away.
K8QKO, this is KD8SLG. Sorry, caught me in between coughs here. So I'm going to make this quick. For trivia, the Russian sub on Josh's question and on Alan's question, I believe it's the chocolate bar for real. There's not a whole lot of background during this time period from the Cornwaldo being archives. Many of the documents from that time period are still being redacted despite the FOIA requests. Something about national security, but there has been mention of the fact that Hedy Lamarr and the Colonel were somehow involved in the underground together. But that is an unsubstantiated rumor, and I know nothing. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, Nick, got you down for Alpha and Bravo. Let's hope there's nothing in those redacted documents about a Cornwaldo book repository, because that would be crazy. And next we're on to AP8MO Andy. I see your answers are already listed. You must have talked to the net logger to get those in there super early. But what traffic do you have for us this evening, sir?
Well, as Captain Planet kind of said, I have the power, or you have the power, but I have the power, so there. So he sort of kind of not really said that. I don't know. Yeah, I was traumatized with Captain Planet. Yeah, it was a long time. It was great to see Mike at the Wolverine Single Sideband Net Picnic. We both went. And it was a long drive, but Mike went there and back home in one day. I stayed up in Michigan an extra night. Went to go visit a friend of mine. It was a quick visit. Then, by way home, I got in some really bad traffic. They were working on just before the Sandusky Bay Bridge. And I got stuck in that line of traffic. It was about an hour. The Google Maps said it was only a 9-minute delay. No way. It was about an hour to get through it. Most people were being polite, getting over, but you had the handful of ones that were driving in the breakdown lane and were going all the way up until the absolute merge point, cutting in front of hundreds of cars. And once a friendly driver from the state of New York did it to me, and lady behind me cut in front of this one guy that just wasn't had, and he got out of his car and he started cussing at her, and she's lucky he didn't have a pistol and shoot it right to the back of her windshield. So, yes, that's right. But had a great time at Cedar Point Shores. Trying to park was kind of a nightmare, but had a good time. It flew by. It really felt like it flew by. So, but it was nice being in the presence of Lucy, Josh, and baby Betty. She seems to like water. She didn't really seem to like the sand. We stopped at the beach on the way back over. It was a good thing that we didn't stay very long because we barely had enough time to get dinner, wolf it down, and of course I was getting here right at 9:30. I walked in the door, got in here. My legs are aching. I took ibuprofen. Not good to walk through Cedar Point with sandals on, but that's what I did. Let me drop it a sec. So there you go. D and D, double D. I didn't hear anybody answer D, so why not? That's intriguing. Maybe he was trying to smuggle titanium. Let's wrap her up here because I am exhausted. K82KO in the BeaconNet. This is AB8MO.
AB8MO AB8MO K8QKO. Yeah, I get the tiredness. I've been there myself today. Took a group of other people's kids, including my own, camping this weekend, and we were supposed to go hammock camping out in Cambridge. We set up our hammocks on Friday night as a thunderstorm rolled in, and ended up moving into a cabin because the storms were pretty nasty, and thankfully we did because my hammock failed and was wet the next morning. And because of the storms and tornado warnings the next night, we stayed in the cabin, took our stuff down. So kind of did all that and then did some shopping for my son's birthday next weekend. So I get it. It's been a busy weekend for a lot of us. And I'll say, thankfully, I was up in the west in Sandusky a couple times camping in the last month or so. And it was before they did that construction, so I missed that. I'm grateful for that because that would have sucked. Anyway, I'm gonna break for time here as I throw out my answers for the trivia question. All right, so my answer for the primary question, or actually my answer for the primary question is going to be Bravo. I think that's probably it. I don't think that retrieving a sunken submarine in 1974 would have been super feasible. I believe that, I know we were training dolphins in the 80s. I don't know if that means if we were still training them in the 80s, maybe they weren't super successful in the 70s. And also, I believe we got titanium to build the Blackbird in the 60s. So that's how I'm going with Bravo. And my alternate question answer is also going to be Bravo. That's the candy bar in the pocket. I promised a funny story about why I chose that right off the bat. That goes back to my the last day of my 8th grade year in middle school. I wasn't the most popular kid. I was kind of a fat kid and got picked on a little bit. And I used to like these triangle popsicles at lunchtime. I was really excited whenever we had them. And the last day of school, I somehow got an extra one. We called them slushies. I always wore khaki pants because I was a fat kid. Jeans didn't fit me. So I had this red popsicle in my pocket that I saved. I was going to eat over the summer. I was really excited about it. And I went to the other kids that used to pick on me, and I said, hey, guys, do me a favor today. Don't kick me because I have a slushie. That's what we call these popsicles in my pocket, which prompted every child on the last day of school as we were going out to the buses to start kicking my pocket with this slushie in it. And by the time I got home, those pants were covered in red juice and ruined. So that's my funniest story that I look back on in my childhood. I have some friends that I'm friends with now that were those kickers back then, and life is what it is. But I found that entertaining. It popped into my head when the question was read, and I thought I'd share it. Maybe embarrassing, maybe not. I don't really care. I'm 45 years old. It doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, with that, this is KQK with the WWK repeater, and I'm going to take one more round. I say again, one more round of check-ins for the BeaconNet. So if you'd like to check in the BeaconNet, please go ahead and call now. All right, nothing heard there. So maybe I timed out the repeater. I don't know. But if I didn't, we're going to go back up, and we're going to go up to K8VKA, Josh, and we're going to get our primary question answer for the evening. Josh, go ahead and take it away.
K8QKO, K8BKA. All right, one last time. In July of 1974, the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes' vessel, the Hughes Glomar Explorer, arrived in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to begin its supposed mission of mining manganese nodules from the ocean floor. What was the real mission of the vessel? The answers that you had to choose from were A, retrieve a sunken Russian submarine, B, retrieve a lost nuclear warhead, C, retrieve data from a pod of tagged spy dolphins, which were gathering data on a secret Russian submarine base, D, to meet a group of smugglers to obtain titanium that would be used to create the SR-71 Blackbirds, or E, Colonel Cornwaldo Bean was attempting to dig to Bermuda. Today's answer was A. If you chose B, I think I can give it to you as well, and I'll explain in a second. The answer was A, to retrieve a sunken Russian submarine, specifically the Russian sub K-129. The United States noticed unusual activity from the Russian Navy in March of 1968 and suspected that they had lost the submarine. After reviewing acoustic records, because the U.S. has a large network of acoustic listening buoys, they were able to triangulate the position of a potential event location to within about 5 nautical miles. Turns out this location was hundreds of miles from where the Soviet Navy had been searching for their lost sub, and it was around 16,000 feet deep. The wreck of K-129 was later identified by the USS Halibut in August 1968. Given the unique opportunity to recover a Soviet nuclear sub-missile aboard the submarine, as well as possibly recover cryptographic materials without the knowledge of the Soviet Union, President Nixon authorized the salvage attempt, which would be performed by the CIA. I thought this was a crazy, crazy story. The Hughes Glomar Explorer was designed and built under CIA contract solely for the salvage of K-129. I'm going to take a break for time. The cover story was that the ship was the property of billionaire Howard Hughes, which he would use to mine manganese nodules on the ocean floor. I don't know what those are. Apparently it's a real thing. The salvage operation, named Project Arizonian, was one of the most expensive and deepest secrets of the Cold War. The Hughes Glomar Explorer employed a large mechanical claw called Clementine. The capture vehicle was designed to be lowered to the ocean floor, grab the targeted submarine, and lift it into the ship's hold. During recovery operations, Clementine suffered a catastrophic failure, causing 2/3 of the already raised portion of K-129 to sink back to the ocean floor. Several of the claws intended to grab the submarine fractured, possibly because they were manufactured steel, which is a bit too strong. They weren't ductile enough, and they fractured and broke after picking the sub up. The recovered section of K-129 did include 2 nuclear torpedoes, and that's why I would give it to you if you said B, because they were kind of going after the nuclear torpedoes, and thus the project was not a total failure. If anyone's interested in this, I was listening to a podcast called The Cold War, What We Saw. I highly recommend it. There's all kinds of stories like this from the Cold War. So thanks for the opportunity to do trivia, and we'll catch you on the next one. 7-3s, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. KABK, back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Josh. That's a fine trivia question. I definitely got it wrong. I mean, you say you give it to us, but they were actually trying to retrieve the entire sub. That seems kind of wild. And I don't know. That's a big chunk of metal. Granted, they only got a chunk of it, but still, that's pretty awesome that they made that attempt. They're able to kind of pull all of that off. It's ingenuity at its best. But we appreciate that, and look forward to hearing more from you, Josh. We need some some fresh blood in the old trivia, as it is. But that's pretty awesome. All right, next we're down to KI5 DAY Allen. Let's get your answer for your trivia question, sir.
KI5DAY returning. Thank you, Nick. And yeah, good net tonight as usual. Listening to the Thunder Boomers out here. I dropped my handheld just before you got the mic back there and almost hit my toe again. It fell to the ground. I like to got my sore toe. That would have been another good one. But anyways, tonight's alternate trivia question. I'll let this drop and I'll reread it and give the answer. All right. Tonight's alternate trivia is the technology for the microwave oven was discovered accidentally in 1945 when a self-taught engineer named Percy Spitzer did what? The answers were A, turned on a radar indoors and burnt down a lab, B, melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by powered vacuum tubes, C, when he accidentally exposed lab rats to radioisotopes, or D, when he broke into the Cornwall Bean Science lab and stole the technology. Seems like that D would have been the right answer, but it's not. If you said B, melted a candy bar in his pocket when he walked by powered vacuum tubes, that is correct. A, there was an actual radar involved, but A was not the answer. I said that he had turned on a radar and burnt the lab down. That did not happen. But in 1945, let me let this drop again. In 1945, Percy Spencer, an American self-taught engineer working in a lab testing magnetrons, the high-powered vacuum tubes that were inside of radars. One day, while working with the magnetrons that produced the microwaves, he noticed a peanut butter candy bar in his pocket had begun to melt. So there's the answer for the flavor of the bar. It was not chocolate. It was peanut butter candy bar. So shortly after the microwave oven was born, when the candy bar had melted in his pocket, and that's what led to the invention of his microwave or radar range. So there you go. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
The Amana radar range, N8PZD.
All right, Alan, that's another fine question for us. We appreciate that. I'm going to be honest. I think Josh, you might have a battle with Josh for best trivia questions now. I think you guys might have to go back and forth on Sunday nights. See what y'all can come up with. We appreciate you, though. Thanks for getting in there. All right. So before I close, I do have a quick announcement. Take me out to the ball game on Saturday, September 2nd, starting at 7:05 p.m. Join us for the Sarah-sponsored baseball event at Canal Park in downtown Akron, where the Bowie Base are fighting the Rubber Ducks. Tickets are $12 each, and it is a fireworks night. You can get more information on the WWKY.org events page. See the future Guardian stars as they earn their way to the Major League. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8QWE, KD8EPC, KD8SLG, and AB8MO, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the net on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WAWKY-R. You're welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday. Also, don't forget to check out our friends on the Border Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time. 73 all.
K8HNK. Can you add one to the numbers for the net?
KDSHNK, KAQKO. Yes, sir, I will add you to our numbers.
Thank you. I just came home, turned our radio on, and just heard you guys on here, so I want to give you one for the numbers. 73, K8H&K, Claire and listening.
N8PZD would like to add one to the numbers. I tried to check in earlier, but too many pileups.
NAPZD, I got you on there as well. Thank you, sir. Yeah, there were a few pileups tonight. Apologize for that, but it's good people trying to get in. There was a lot of activity. A lot of people wanted to be in the net, so I can always appreciate that. But we got you in there. Thank you, sir.